the true meltdown of the day was not over on MSNBC. It was over on CNN. So Nancy Pelosi's been holding up this stimulus package. Republicans have proposed $1.8 trillion in new spending to stimulate people who have been hurt by the lockdown. Because again, when the government forces you not to do your business, well, then the government has taken something from you and they ought to compensate you. This is the Fifth Amendment, the takings clause. Even Democrats have been slamming Nancy Pelosi for her unwillingness to take any sort of deal. Andrew Yang, over the weekend, tweeted at her and he told Pelosi to take the deal or risk political fallout. He said, put politics aside. People are hurting. Former Obama administration official Dan Pfeiffer agreed, telling Pelosi to ignore potential risk and just ink the deal. He said Democrats should aggressively pursue a COVID relief deal with Trump. This is according to Emily Zanotti over at Daily Wire. He said it's the right thing to do, but the politics can also work in our favor. Even Representative Ro Khanna, who is very far to the left, like a Bernie Sanders leftist, suggested that a stimulus package would be a good idea. Okay, so she was asked about this by Wolf Blitzer on CNN. How unused to criticism is Nancy Pelosi? When she is asked a simple question by Wolf Blitzer, she loses her damned mind. She starts to look like the bad guys at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where their faces melt off. I mean, she just lost it. She called him a Republican apologist. I mean, this was a crazy off-the-rails interview. And if she weren't a Democrat, everybody would be... This is the brilliant strategist we have all been told is the mistress of our imagination. Here was Nancy Pelosi melting down on Wolf Blitzer, of all people.
Excuse me for interrupting, Madam Speaker, but they really need the money right now. And even members of your own...
I understand that,
but even members of your own caucus... Even members of your own caucus, Madam Speaker, want to accept this deal, $1.8 trillion. So what do you say to Ro Khanna?
What I say to you is, I don't know why you're always an apologist, and many of your colleagues apologists for the Republican position. Ro Khanna, that's nice. That isn't what we're going to do.
Okay, Wolf Blitzer is an apologist for the Republicans? Really? Wolf Blitzer and CNN? These are their... You know how wildly leftist and in your bubble you have to believe that Wolf Blitzer is an apologist for the Republicans? It got worse, by the way. Nancy Pelosi just like if Trump had done this to any member of the media, it'd be, this is a threat to the free press. How dare anybody treat a member of our beloved journalistic establishment like this? This is just terrible.
The president only wants his name on a check to go out before Election Day and for the market to go up. Is that what this is all about? Not allow the president to take credit if there's a deal that will help millions of Americans right now?
He's not that important. But let me say this. With all due respect, and you know we've known each other a long time, you really don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that was a lot of due respect there. I felt the respect. Did you feel all the respect there? With all due respect, you're an ass. She lost her mind. I mean, my goodness. It got worse, but this was 14 minutes long. It's 14 minutes of pure pain in the octagon. She got even more unhinged. Here she was.
Do you have any idea of how
that's precisely why, Madam
short they're concerned?
That's why it's so important right now. Yesterday I spoke to Andrew Yang, who says the same thing. It's not everything you want,
but you know
but there's a lot there.
Honest to God, you really, I can't get over it. I didn't come over here to have you. So you're the apologist for the Obama, excuse me, God forbid.
Madam Speaker, I'm not an apologist. I'm asking you serious questions because so many people are in desperate need right now. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
When was the last time?
Let me respond to you.
Unbelievable. Okay, and then it concluded with her saying to Wolf Blitzer, I feed poor people. What, from your $20,000 Sub-Zero fridge with your $13 pints of custom-made gelato? Nancy? That's how you're feeding the poor? Here's Nancy Pelosi talking about, I feed the poor people. Let them eat cake. Literally, we're talking about how you're not feeding the poor people. That's literally the topic of conversation, is why won't you just sign a $1.8 trillion deal to give people money in the middle of the greatest lockdown in modern American history? And she's like, I feed poor people. I feed poor people nothing. Here is Nancy Pelosi concluding this brilliant interview with Wolf Blitzer. Remember, this is the most brilliant strategist of our time, we've been told.
No,
we
you
know
are.
them.
I'm just saying.
We represent them and we know them.
As we say.
We know them. We represent them.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say here in Washington.
It is nowhere near perfect.
Madam Speaker.
Always the case, but we're not even close to the good.
All right, let's see what happens, because every day is critically, critically important. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for your sensitivity to our constituents' needs.
I am sensitive to them because I see them on the street begging for food, begging for money. Madam Speaker, thank you so much.
Have you fed them? We feed them. We feed them.
Well, no, you don't. I feed them. And here's a $13 pint of ice cream, you poor person. That's incredible stuff. How do you know somebody's been in the bubble too long? That's how you know somebody's been in the bubble too long. When Wolf Blitzer is owning you in an exchange, you've been in the bubble a little bit too long. Wild stuff. But that media bubble is extraordinary. That media bubble is incredible. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and share it with all of your friends.